I said Antonio Brown did what? Antonio Brown did what? Antonio Brown did what? Y'all said Antonio Brown did what? What was Antonio Brown out here doing?
Bad boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? Bad boys, bad.
You know, I never really bought into the whole CTE thing with Antonio Brown. I always felt like it was two sides to the story, and there was something that, because it's the NFL. The NFL gonna always act like they the innocent ones, but it always comes out that the NFL was doing niggas dirty. So I always give niggas the benefit of the doubt. I'll still give Antonio Brown the benefit of the doubt. But as far as like his antics, I can't support them at all. You gotta go, my nigga. You gotta go. Nope. Nope. You gotta go. Can't let you. Can't. No. No.
No, nigga. No. 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 Nigga. No. Ain't no way. Ain't no fucking way.
I'm sorry, but Antonio Brown, you gotta go, my nigga. For real. Without further ado, man, let's get right into this. This is a Chisel Adonis video. Without further ado, let's get right into it.
All right, so boom. Surprise, surprise. Antonio Brown is back in the news.
Again?
Again.
Is it for him attempting to sleep with Tom Brady's new woman? No. Getting involved in another political rally? No. A failed ownership of a professional football team? No. Baby mama drama? No. Domestic violence? No. Ruining his Hall of Fame chances? Well, yes. Not quite Darren Sharper. More like O.J. Simpson, because Antonio Brown is wanted by the Miami police for attempted murder.
What?
Developing at noon, former NFL wide receiver Antonio Brown is a wanted man.
Authorities are now searching for him on an attempted murder charge.
This is the video that in part has led to these new charges. A brawl that happened about a month ago at a warehouse in Little Haiti. That fight ended up with shots fired. At the warehouse, online streamer Aiden Ross invited Brown to his podcast as a guest speaker. It was at the event that Brown says a group of people tried to steal his necklace. Now, after a few weeks under review, the Miami-Dade State Office is now telling Local 10 there is a warrant for the arrest of Antonio Brown for attempted second-degree murder.
These are some serious allegations, and that's exactly what it is. Allegations. You don't even know if that's Antonio Brown or not. Like, Shirley looks like him, but I'm sure it's in Miami. There's a ton of people who look like Antonio Brown. That could be anybody. You know, that kind of does look like Antonio Brown. And okay,
Come
they
on
passed
now,
the point of
dawg.
civil discourse. They're engaging in
Come
battle of
on,
fisticuffs. Does that
man.
require needing to say it's attempted murder? Did he just kick that security guard? That's not as if he did anything that was along the lines of possibly taking somebody's life. Why is he reaching at his waistband? That we don't even know if he has a weapon or not. What's that in his left hand? Like, it's not as if he did anything that was against the law.
Oh shit! Oh shit!
Somebody must have been letting off some fireworks or something. Maybe Batista made his entrance. Roman Reigns must have just came out to the ring, put his finger in the air, and that's what all those loud pops were. It's got to be pyro. Do I look stupid? What are you shooting at people for?
My CTE acting up. Wait a minute for a moment.
If you told me 10 years ago this is what Antonio Brown's life would have been like in 2025, I'd have called you a liar. In fact, anybody who watched football would have called you a liar. He was the best receiver in the NFL. Sorry to DeAndre Hopkins and Julio Jones, facts are facts. This man's 6-year stretch between 2013 and 2018 was second only to Jerry Rice. He was on pace to have the second most catches and receiving yards in the history of the NFL. He was averaging 114 catches and 1,500 yards with 11 touchdowns for 6 years. He could have kept that going for an additional 5 if this man ain't go off the motherfucking crazy train. Or I should say, get on the doggone crazy train. He was on a fast track to be a first ballot Hall of Famer. He may not have messed around and got a championship with Tampa Bay, but this man was gonna be legendary. And what are you doing now? Scandal after 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 scandal. Let me just breathe. Right? I didn't have this advice. Maybe I just relax. Or maybe I don't. Scandal, 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 scandal. Literally, it doesn't stop.
What more do you want from me? God damn! Oh my God.
I'm tired of hearing about Antonio Brown. My skin was clear before this damn story came across my doggone desk. I'm growing a pimple because of this man. Where's the skincare? Let's plug. Nonetheless, Antonio Brown was detained and arrested the very same evening, shortly after the shooting, only to find out he was released the same evening. So quick to where he was able to get onto Aiden Ross's stream.
They want to know if you want to do a quick story time on you though.
Nah, it ain't no story time.
Nah, not at all. Nah. Yeah, Charles is right. Nah, no story time.
Hey, listen.
Yo, there he is.
Hey, County Liberty City.
Yo.
Thank you. I had just clapped you up outside.
Yeah,
you saw that shit, right?
And then right after I saw what happened to you.
What happened?
Nothing happened. Nothing happened.
Nothing happened. There's up some blood out there, huh?
Huh?
There's niggas out there bleeding.
Let's catch up. Nothing. I didn't see.
Yeah, catch up.
Yeah, I got CT.
Hey yo, what the fuck?
I'm blacked out, dude. I'm blacked out, Aiden.
I know you did.
I know what happened.
I know.
Your eyes, man.
Oh, his CTE is acting up. Of course, he doesn't recall what transpired. He blacked out after the altercation had began. In fact, shortly after he was taken into custody, they questioned Antonio Brown and said, hey, do you recall what transpired at the venue you just so happened to have came from? Because apparently they said shots were fired and eyewitnesses just so happened to have pinpointed you as the culprit who had the firearm that let off said shots. You want to give us any additional information on what transpired out there? And Antonio Brown said, well,
My CTE acting up. Wait a minute for a moment.
there's no way that I have an idea of what transpired because I blacked out. In fact, my CTE is acting up and I have no recollection of the event in question. The officer says, jolly whiz. That is indeed a accurate testimony of what transpired. Let him free.
Open and shut case, Johnson.
Surely with this claim of absolute obliviousness, there's no way he would end up going on the very stream and detailing sections of what transpired that evening.
Hey, it was his security guard. But he
one of them niggas, I don't know, but they was jumping and helping.
but he was trying to help.
No, because they thought you was getting drunk. So he tried to like pull y'all apart.
I slammed that nigga again.
And you kicked him in his shit.
Yeah,
he was like, what the fuck? I was trying to help.
Shit, I'm just saying, bro, security not gonna hold AB back, bro.
Kicked him in his shit.
He's a unit.
I didn't know who it was. It was a lot of niggas.
A lot of shit going on, bro.
Is the man retarded?
Well, actually, maybe he is. Now that you think about it, the way he's moved the past couple of years, there's no question there's something going on psychologically up here. But that's neither here nor there. The man who he happened to attempt to walk down actually had a statement said himself.
Watch the video, everybody was attacking me. It was a 3v1. 3 dudes, the dude with the green hoodie was with AB, the other little Puerto Rican looking dude that was swinging the bat was with AB, and the rest was Aiden security. The guy that he kicked was Aiden security. All he was doing was pulling him away. He tried to swing on me, scratch my neck, you know what I'm saying? And then it just turned into a brawl from there. Alhamdulillah, I was spared. But when he saw me, I just reminded him of the financial failure that he's been going through. And so he tried to steal off on me, his partners. You can watch the dude with the green hoodie taking off, just getting free shots in while me and AB tussling. You know what I'm saying? Then he went, got a gun, ran after me. I'm already put outside. He went, got a gun, shot Wildfire, and we fight. He shot at me twice. Praise be to Allah, wasn't hit. They got children out there selling candy, bro. He could have hit one of them kids. He runs into me after he shoot me. We tussling for the gun, fighting for the gun, all over the ground. I get
There's
up.
police. There's police here.
Police out there, bro. We holding on the gun for dear life. We both get up off the ground, and then he's when I look up, The police is pointing a gun at us. The sheriff is pointing a gun at us. That's when I throw my hands up. He runs inside, and that's when they run after him. And that's why, I just left. And that's why he got detained, because all the kids were saying, AB shooting. They went got him. But I wasn't there to give a statement. So I guess he lied to him and said, whatever, somebody tried to rob him. But if you look at the footage, you saw he swung first. Nobody reached for no chain. I didn't have no weapon. It's just falsehood. You feel what I'm saying? And he's out here slandering my name. Then he has the audacity to say he's going to press charges.
What do you got to say to AB right now?
AB, your days are numbered.
What the hell does that mean?
And however you want to take that. Not that your days are numbered in life, but the days of this ignorant, wild, foolish, reckless way of living cannot sustain you. You know what I'm saying? You cannot be in society living like this, because you're going to harm somebody, you're going to harm yourself. You have children, man. Have some decency about yourself. Get some help.
Now, I ain't gonna hold you. It sounds like this brother embellished the story post shots being fired, because at least we have verifiable evidence through way of the footage of what transpired prior to the shots being fired. But ain't nobody got no damn video of what happened after the fact, right? Because everybody took off running. But let's just walk with me here from what it was that he done said. So let me get this straight. Antonio Brown shot 2 shots at you, right? For whatever reason, rather than continue to shoot, he ran into you, and the two of you guys started to now wrestle over the gun, which obviously has a bullet chambered. And for all intents and purposes, given that he only shot 2 times, you would assume there's a bit more that just so happens to be there in the mag. There's children who are standing there still selling candy actively while you guys are battling and wrestling over the gun. Hey, we're trying to raise money for our basketball team. Would anybody be interested in an overpriced Snickers? We have Kit Kats as well. The two of them are still wrestling over the firearm. Hey, I have some Skittles in my bag as well. If you were interested in some M&Ms, we have the peanut flavor. And then all of a sudden, while you two of you happen to go and pick your heads up, the Miami PD just so happened to now be on the scene. Pardon me, not the PD. The sheriff has his weapon drawn, ready to fire to defuse the situation. Somehow, you throw your hands up. Antonio Brown proceeds to take off running. The sheriff and the remainder of the police force go after just Antonio Brown. You now depart from the scene of the crime, never to be seen again until you decide to go and have this here interview, and they detain Antonio Brown because you were not there to go and give a statement to where they could have kept this man incarcerated. Somebody lying.
Somebody lies. Yeah. Now somebody, I don't know who, but I'm telling you, somebody's lying.
Yo, the cop was gripping me up, bro. One of them was like, man, crazy. I'm like, yo, bro, I ain't do nothing, bro.
They also say law enforcement officers are currently looking for him. According to this warrant obtained by the Washington Post, the former Bucks and Steelers player will be allowed to post a $10,000 bond for house arrest until his trial happens.
That night aside, here's what's very interesting. This warrant was out for Antonio Brown's arrest about, 2 days ago, right? So now everybody's wondering, where is AB? Are we gonna have a situation where it's a recreation of the OJ chase? Is Antonio Brown gonna be driving in a white Bronco? Perhaps now that it's some 30 years later, maybe he's gonna be driving in a Ferrari, maybe a Lamborghini, perhaps even a Maybach, whatever the case just so happens to be. Where is Antonio Brown? This motherfucker riding bikes in the Middle East. Then he's in a barber shop in London. Homie's going on an international tour as if they don't got a warrant out for his arrest.
We are the police. We are the police. The police of Haiti. The police of Haiti. Where are they? Where are they?
This man doing the race like take hey. What part of the game is this? And here's what the very confusing situation is. People online legitimately over here saying, well, it must have been self-defense. Why would Antonio Brown have to go and walk somebody down? Do you not understand how the law works? You can't walk somebody down and sit over here and talk about self-defense. The altercation had already came to a conclusion. It's on video. They exchanged blows. The security guard pulled AB off. AB proceeded to go and kick said security. The other guy who was engaging in the battle of fisticuffs with AB was already separated. AB went to the vehicle, took the security guard's gun, ran past some kick recording harlot, who I'm gonna get into in a little bit, and then proceeded to attempt to walk down his opposition, jogging somewhat 15, 20 some yards from inside the parking lot. Pardon me, outside parking lot to inside parking lot to outside once again, firing off 2 shots. And then the altercation that was not recorded happens. And folks is over here talking about that self-defense. Make it make sense. Learn the law. Read a book, Chapet.
Read a book, read a book, read a motherfucking book. Read a book, read a book, read a motherfucking book. R-E-A-D-A-B-O, okay.
Now, let's move away from AB. Let's talk about this here streamer, right? Because this is something that I don't quite understand. A lot of these IRL streamers are just people in general in this current generation, or I should say, not even just on the generation, people in this current time. Motherfuckers got zero awareness, fam. An altercation breaks off in front of you. You IRL streaming. There's nothing you can do about that. Things gonna pop off, it's gonna pop off. You live, nothing you can do. The smart thing to do is to get away from whatever is transpiring there. Shorty just standing there. You see the things done broke up, but AB takes off. Your first instinct should be, I have to survey the situation to make sure the players in the altercation are nowhere near me. Shorty steps off towards the side where AB's looping around. She should have already took off running, because why are you even staying around in a situation like that? AB proceeds to curve around the car where he went to go and retrieve said weapon, or perhaps he had took it off the security prior to even getting anywhere near the car to go and loop around. She gets bumped by Antonio Brown in magnificent footage, I might add. 1080p, some could even argue it's there in 4K. I don't know how AB is gonna make it seem as if he was not at the scene of the crime if he attempts to utilize that as a defense. One way or another, she happens to contact AB by way of him shoving her. She immediately goes into clip farm and talk about somebody go and clip that.
Yeah, none of you. I just got smushed. Someone clip that, please. No, someone clip. Oh, hell. Nope. Hell no!
Did you see me get shoved? Oh my God, some of my followers, make sure you clip that. We've got to post it on TikTok, on Twitter, on Instagram.
Stop
Facebook,
it.
YouTube
Get
Shorts.
some help.
We gotta go viral with this one. Ma'am, motherfuckers is rumbling in the jungle and yo dumbass is worried about a viral clip. With that being said, she wasn't the only IRL streamer that was out there. There was about 3 or 4. Everybody had different angles. She just so happened to be the only one who got bumped by AB and proceeded to talk about clip that. But that's neither here nor there. It's about AB, who's absolutely cooked, because I can't envision a circumstance in which he's able to get off on these charges. Because okay, you have the angle of him reaching at his waistband. Maybe he was just adjusting his pants, but you can clearly see there's something in his left hand as he's running. And furthermore, you can kind of see his right hand come over and appear to have cocked the said gun in order to chamber a bullet. And then shortly after, gunshots happen to go off. If only somebody had additional footage of what transpired where they were wrestling over said gun, one way or another, there's no way for AB to have an opportunity to get off, because the altercation was already concluded for some 15 to 30 some seconds between the two being separated, AB going and kicking the security, going and looping the car, walking son down, and then letting off the 2 shots. Mans is cooked, fam. And on top of that, you can't even try to play the whole plausible deniability with the changing of the apparel, because he was wearing the same shit when he showed up on Aiden Ross' goddamn stream. And he has a very distinct chain as well that you saw him wearing when he started to get into the altercation, after the altercation, during the arrest, and then afterwards, subsequently, on the stream. This man's cooked. So for the final time, we might have to say to Antonio Brown,
enough! Enough from the clown!
Enough from the clown!
Stop it. Get some help.
Alrighty, man. Yeah, it's looking bad. And then the shots went off too, so yeah, I can't defend that, brother. No more, man. Like I say, I still think the NFL did something to make him spaz out the way he did, but this one right here, nah.
Police! Police! Help! Police! Help! Police! Help! Help! Police! Help!
Nah, this one right here. Nah, you on your own with this one, brother. But anyway, so that's just gonna about do it for this one, man. I will see you all in the next video. Till then, bye.